क्या हाल चाल है लॉन्डो, कैसे हो? क्या तुम्हें आवाज़ आ रही है मेरी?
Motorized vehicle, pedal power.
Coach corner.
Oh yeah, take a look at the coach corner. That's the GK coaches coming on it.
Hello, boys.
Hope you're doing
Wave,
well.
please.
Oh, he did wave.
Did they wave?
He pre-waved.
Oh.
Yeah.
Peace sign.
Hell yeah. So we want to see Ragnarok. I mean, the sound of the bike moving is really quite relaxing, and I feel like you can't relax in a situation like this. So I hope that they aren't going to be going for it. This is a little bit more, you know, petrol and exhaust fumes that you need to see. The pace coming on through for GK to channel that previous match's momentum.
Exactly. Because I was going to talk about, they've just come off a great game. They currently have fantastic.
ये वो है.
Control over towards, it looks like what they're currently trying to do right now. I mean, what's the biggest harm? It doesn't head down towards that south side just to figure out where else to play, but you do have prio on this, so why don't you just go for it? Fourth Thrives, they like to start over towards Yellows, which is Yellows between Yellows and Ferry Pier, which I always thought was quite a weird drop spot for Fourth Thrives. I think they used to fully commit over towards Yellows. They didn't really step into Ferry Pier as much, and now because they've got a lot more tenure underneath their belt, they're like, hey guys, you stay out of Ferry Pier from now on. That's our corner. But for them, this is also a fairly easy rotate, sweeping underneath. Not a single team over towards Sosnovka though, John.
No, nobody went all the way down south. I mean, the plane path didn't really promote that sort of rotation. And I mean, as you say that, actually 2 players from Fourth Rise have gone down to the military island to, I assume, get a little bit more loot on board. Maybe protect a little bit of a rotation from that east bridge, which is maybe accessible. I feel like that's a bit of a long shot in terms of like what they're maybe trying to do. It feels like a looting mission, but they're going to waste time. They're going to lose pressure against teams like Furia pushing in from the east side, and teams from the north, as we're on board with Ulf, maybe pushing into the hills on their north side.
Yeah, you can grab more loot down towards Sosnovka. There's nothing wrong with that. I think for Fourth Thrives as well, they're going to be coming into this game looted and booted. They know that when you get up towards these fielded areas, you really do need the util. You need the smokes to make your way up through. Like I said, we're on board with Ulf currently. We have swung over towards that eastern edge of Gatka. I think Galaxy had a fantastic start in this game. Pachinki is a lovely spot to start from on this type of circle. They already sent 2 players down towards that south side though, and they're left behind Satan as well as Ralph inside of Pachinki to continue looting up. Bring the rest on through later.
Hopefully they don't get split off. Finding one of those quarry mouth compounds could be really important on a circle like this. But the regroup is necessary. Ulf defending their patch brutally. Maniac gets clocked out in the open, and Scarface picks up the point for Eren with that flush coming on through. So Ulf opening the bidding now. First blood has been drawn. Calci for the pickup. Scarface on his way.
Clambers back through the window. That's a pretty ridiculous spray, though. We did kind of gloss over it very quickly, but that was lovely coming through from Eren. A tanky OG. They just came through on the southwest side of Pachinki. Just trying to find a place to stay right now. A lot of times you're picking some awkward areas of the map when you're coming in late to this type of circle. It's not exactly where you'd want to stay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, observers.
Take a look at this.
This was a nasty spray. I mean, perfectly lined up as he passes by the tree.
Just chomping away at that health bar. Looks like they're on for more long-range engagements as Orangutan falter out in the open. Losing a player, and that's Ulf now up to 2. The open ground looks like they're good for the hunting. And as we saw that spray from Eren was pretty beautiful. Looking good with it. Players are starting to find out all about it. 2 teams now have lost a player to them. Of course, Rejects, who have managed to wend their way on through. Fourth Thrives have regrouped beyond that out to the west, just north of Ferry Pier, and Goat team on the east near Pachinki.
Yeah, the thing for Orangutan there is it's an awkward push for them, right? It is an awkward push, but when you're coming in that late, I think what would be better to do there was probably to try and play out on those outrages. There's still compounds to play up towards the eastern side of Gatka. You're slightly forcing center off the back of this one. And there's a lot of sight lines around that area as well. but they make it fairly safely. I mean, only losing one player is actually quite a good result for them, and they get a decently central position. But they're going to go further now as we head over on towards that western side. GK extremely happy with the two positions they have locked down, but they will regroup off the back of this one. I think for easy for Bad Boy as well as the other player in that location, this might be a little bit bold to be holding two areas at once, because Thundertalk is rocking up towards their second duo on the west.
Pretty difficult terrain here, playing around that swamp, as you can see on that western side. Teams starting to move in from the north edge. Enigma Galaxy actually full wrapping Quarry here as well, moving in on this western side. RRQ may be a little bit on the back foot here, Blank. They were on that western coast fairly early on. They haven't pushed more inland, but that might play into their favor later on, depending on how much conflict unfolds in the fields to their east.
Yeah, 4Thrives, they completely realize that, oh my god, is probably massively chock-a-block over towards Quarry. So let's just swing around onto the western side. FarQ, I don't terribly mind it playing on that western coast. Not really many areas that wouldn't have been taken up already. It depends how early they got to circle. I'd love to watch that back later on.
Just taking their time. Taking their time out on the western side. AGAL playing the long game all the way up on the north side, just near Crates right now, South Georgia Pole. And we'll be playing quite late into the circle from the north side. Fortunately, there's not really too much to stop them moving in on the west coast road, maybe even crossing the fields to the west of Everest. Enigma Galaxy, they run into a little bit of a roadblock, or rather the roadblock runs into them, as 4Thrives find the backlines of Enigma Galaxy, and I don't think you're getting him back up there. With the forwards position already established for Enigma Galaxy, they may lose even more if they're not careful.
Coops realizes he has to leave now. He did stop off slightly, but has to get a move on. Will regroup with the rest of the team. It's not a horrible compound to play either, but it does become a horrible compound with only 3 players. It's a lot of area to hold here. They can't really afford to go for a 2-2 split between the buildings because they don't have that 4th player. So I think for Enigma Galaxy it might be tough, especially with this becoming quite a prominent area of the map.
On the north side, AGAL still playing it slow as 4Thrives continue to sweep on the western edge. RRQ potentially next up on the menu for AGAL may actually crunch in from the northern side on it, but Aurora now spanning the south expanses of this field to potentially be a stopper for this rotation. A split up as well. There are open angles for Aurora to try and exploit, but it looks like AGAL content to play it slow again.
I don't mind it. I mean, they were able to get a lot of eliminations the further they got into the game. Yes, about 5 of them came through very early on, but they were pretty steady with it. That does make things a little bit harder. Now, for GK, come on guys, I think now's about the time to regroup. This is becoming a little silly now. It's very, very greedy. Very, very greedy. Quarry still in play. Down towards that south side. I do like Thundertalk's position off the back of that one. They can play up towards the hillside if they want to, coming out on that eastern edge. Furia as well has kept it fairly silent. Down towards that southeast edge, there's a big ridge side that runs through there. 4Thrives though, they're wrapping back. They are wrapping back, and Furia might have something to say about this.
Playing that stopper on some of the quarry mouth buildings, but I think 4Thrives, I mean, they came from this area, they're going to have a little bit of info, but Thundertalk's presence might be an unknown quantity for them. They're sending straight through. I think they're just going to get past Blank. 4Thrives are going to settle themselves potentially right in the middle of GK's split.
There's an easy location to play there as well. It's high ground, looking down towards a lot of squads. I mean, Furia, I question how much they saw of that, because they are playing with little information because the terrain in that area doesn't provide the sight lines over towards 4Thrives. GK tries to regroup, they lose 1 player off the back of it. I don't want to say I told you so, but
you do. You really want to say it.
I really do. Say it. I'm a smug type of guy. But no, for GK, it was a little greedy to hold it as long as they did. For Orangutan, I respect the decision to move in towards that location. It was only a matter of time, and I think GK could probably get away with this one. It's just you pick one or the other. We're late into the game. There isn't a huge amount of fantastic compounds left anymore, and Geek is trying to hold two of them.
Well, not anymore. Orangutan have actually taken that eastern point now. So,
there isn't a huge amount of fantastic compounds left anymore, and Geek is trying to hold two of them.
well, not anymore. Orangutan have actually taken that eastern point now. So, central locations are taken by GK, Orangutan, and 4 Thrives. The South Hill, the most open, potentially the most vulnerable, but also potentially the most profitable in terms of point scoring capabilities. On that south edge, you've got Goat Team, Furia, going to be forcing teams to approach you in a very linear fashion. It's going to make it difficult to take down this position for a long, long time. So we'll see how 4 Thrives can manage that. The north side, a little bit more messy though. Teams are a little bit more spread out, trying to win their way on through. Looks like it's plenty messy on the east though, as Goat are stopping AGAL.
I mean, for all gamers, they have had a slow approach into this game. They've been in the blue for a very long time. They have very little information going forward into this one. Goat's currently playing on a 2-2 split. Curious to see how all gamers want to play this now, because even Ketch is now having a little peek down towards that south side. He wants to check in on what's happening. And all gamers are like, okay, this looks very rough going on towards the west. Let's try the north. You're going to bang straight into Ulf. So I think for all gamers, it has just been a very slow game, which has led to little information. They're going to have to bank on having some strong gameplay going forward to try and cut a hole in the side of this circle. That's a fast rotate from Ulf though, John.
They are moving at pace, at speed. In they go, splitting the difference and not really running into too much competition on that move. Maybe slamming straight into Geeke's position. We've got as well Kiwoom, DRX trying to hold their northwestern side. Trying to keep themselves alive, and it's going pretty well. On their push, AGL tried to move in the wake of Ulf, but it's not going quite so cleanly for them. They have to stall, they have to falter, and OG are all too ready to take those points. So back on board with the nades coming in through the windows here. All wanting to hold out, but not quite connecting on either front. KRX hopping Binny back, moving him into a more favorable position to try and go for those assists. And no nades are really connecting here, Black. Okay, there they connect.
Yeah, it's been a lot of explosions, not a lot of knocks coming through. The Coop actually took most of the brunt of the damage so far. The nade right underneath his belly. All gamers, they're headed down over towards that high ground, only to find themselves up against 4 Thrives. Funnily enough, after all these nades are spent and done, it's actually the M4 that does the most damage through these windows. Finally, we find 2 back-to-back from QXZ as well as Hoxie. Okay, take it back. I take it back, guys. All right, didn't mean it. I did not mean it.
Enigma Galaxy didn't manage to get in for a third party in time. In the meantime, on the southeast side, well, we're on board with AGAL there, but further out, you've still got 4 Thrives suppressing Furia and Goat, forcing them into a fight with one another. You can see they're popping up in the Elim feed. Silence is going to fall. And over on the north edge, as we're on board with Aurora and Flash, fighting over location, a fairly isolated fight.
Yeah, very much so. It's kind of a weird one too. I mean, for Aurora, you sort of expect the team to be playing on this one. It's a very classic spot. Most people know of this one. You use it because it's very easy to defend your vehicles in the ditch. Slightly nade bait, but for Aurora, they slow them down and try and just pass on by, but they are directly heading over towards Ulf. Oh, Scarface does find that initial shot, which is great to see from Scarface. That long-range capability comes into play, finally.
Even more AGAL trying to get a little bit, but Aaron has other ideas, sprays him down, damage pouring on through. Orangutan moving, Aru up, does suppress Ulf a little bit, so maybe a little bit better of a chance for Aurora to piece themselves back together. But it is really difficult now to find any semblance of safety in the middle. Ulf do get all 4 of their players back up to their feet in their very central location now. Not too many teams are going to be able to take them down from this one. Aurora step into with 4 Thrives, who are now up to 4 eliminations. They get that res, and now they're holding off against Top and Zion on the off angle, as well as Goat putting pressure onto Falak.
Ooh, 4 Thrives, they're surrounded. If they get themselves out of this situation, it will be big news for them. Player pulled out the side of the vehicle. Ayala is down. Moxie moves up. Furia desperately fighting back here. Igor's behind the tree, looking to bark back at this team. Finally finds the first with the help of Chief from the back lines.
Oh, 4Thrives are here to play though, and it's a shooting gallery for the team from Pakistan. They're racking up the points now. They want to keep going. Aurora looking to backfill, maybe cause problems here, but RRQ is sandwiching the far side now. Nowhere is safe. Furia down to 1. Nobody is going to escape this compound. 2 teams enter, none will leave.
Huzaifa spots the enemy off in the distance, the danger coming through. Here backing up the vehicle into the wall, giving a little bit of makeshift cover as we go forward. Aru, though, doing some wonderful work over towards that northeast side. Sadly, just down to 2 there, but still holding off on his own. I think a lot of people had questions about Aru, but he's proving them wrong right now in terms of the gun skill. Very, very smart player overall, though.
Cypher's getting stuck in, just going toe-to-toe with Chief. This is dangerous. There are nades in hand. Cypher wants to go barrel to barrel, though, and it looks like they're going to hop through. Genfos able to snap that Elim back, though, will leave Cypher out in the open with a nade. With 3 players from RQ bearing down upon him, the backup is not quite there from the rest of his team. He needs some oversight, he needs some assistance, but it's not there in time, and they have to deal with Aurora on the backlines.
Oh, T24's quite low there. Took a bit of a tick from the blue. Couple more shots, Malak hits the deck, but from underneath, finds it. There is a quick clap back here coming through from IQ, but it's not enough. As 4Thrives are falling underneath the presence of RRQ. They come in from the sidelines as third party, and Viren will hit a nasty spray down. 7 Elins for RRQ on the second game of the day.
That was an overcommitment from 4Thrives to this compound, to this third-party engagement. There was so much going on there, and Aurora, the duo from Zeol on top, forced them to stay in that third-party position. They didn't want to push back up. They might have had a better time of it, though, to be honest, because nobody from down below was going to push them. Cypher had overcommitted, and they just weren't quite able to gain that momentum back. 4 elims, not that many placements. That's not how you want to try and convert. And when you look at DK's position, they are going to be able to catch you up, as well as DWOOM KRX.
It's a good buffer, though. It's a good buffer, though. 23 points right now so far. I think it's decent over 2 matches. You're looking at roughly 11.5, right? So I think they're fine. I think they're fine at the moment. 4Thrives just need one more decent game. Scarface does go down to Ragnarok. Get a little bit of hold back, but Aaron with that M4, who he's been so goddamn deadly today with so far, instantaneously finds a re-knock over towards Kike. In the meantime, the flash, as well as OG, a tanky with a 360. It's not quite enough to keep him alive there. The flash will hold out.
Just a moment longer on the south side. In the meantime, Thunder Talk trying to keep themselves together, but 2 players now left standing, as well as X-Force Rejects bearing down upon them. RRQ are going to fall. Okay, Aurora. Zeol on top, still going. Blank, they've been a real thorn in the side of this south side circle. Shiva tries to get the spray, dips out for another, dips out for more, does go down, and again, it's Aurora across the way who are making things so difficult.
Well, they're an opportunistic team. We'll get the next circle. It's setting us up over towards Ulf here. But we already saw the location this team was playing in. He looks barren. He looks deadly. Suddenly, you've got 6 other teams looking your way. They have to hit these shots as teams make their entry.
KeyWoom DRX on the northwest side with 4. Flash on the north with 3. Those 2 teams have major access angles towards Ulf's position, but I don't know if they're going to be able to convert it. On the southwest side that we're on board with right now, Nick the Galaxy, who have been slow, trying to work the ground, looking to pick up the pace now with an opener knock to Ragnarok, and he will potentially be a weakness that Nick the Galaxy can exploit. They're playing as 3. They're trying to keep this one going forwards. Kevin goes down to an aid from Coops as they retreat to try and get the res onto with another angle. He goes immediately back down, and Coops enters the front door.
For Kike, at least, they got the sweetest little goodbye from one of our friends out there in the crowd.
और आगे 2 अभी भी जिंदा है, बट पेंड है भाई टॉप वहाँ पे.
For Kike will go on no further.
लेकिन है थोड़ा सा जोन है टॉप पे.
The flash from the distance. Ketch has eyes on. He knows he's playing out here. He knows he has to move.
भाई टॉप पे है जोन थोड़ा सा.
As you said, KRX moving on the sidelines. Always such an awkward area of the map to play. Difficult to get the right sidelines in position.
पे जाने के बाद आवाज आएगी क्या?
Bose Gonna step up, sends the nade over the top. It looks off kilter though.
Oh, forces them out wide and into the sight lines, and it's the barrels to do the dirty work. Bgmi not quite connecting. The shotgun is working out over the bonnet, nearly doing the work, but the explosion takes it down.
क्या डिस्कॉर्ड अलाउ नहीं करता क्या? हेलो, आवाज आ रही लक्षित? अरे स्ट्रीम का ग्लिच है। गेम तो मैं देख ही रहा हूँ, ऑन स्ट्रीम देख रहा हूँ बस। लेट्स गो। आवाज आ रही है गाइस? हेलो। 6 पॉइंट 6 पॉइंट। हाँ तो हैशटैग 10 ही मरे हैं, कुछ नहीं मिला पॉइंट उसका, कुछ नहीं। नाइटो देना पड़ेगा इसके लिए डिस्कॉर्ड के लिए। स्टार्ट स्ट्रीमिंग यूजिंग डिस्कॉर्ड। मैं आता हूँ लक्षित, गेम के बाद ही आता हूँ, ठीक है? अरे स्ट्रीम पे डिस्कॉर्ड की आवाज़ नहीं आ रही है, पता नहीं, कुछ कल सही करूँगा इसको। रुक जा, गेम तो देख ही रहा हूँ, स्ट्रीम पे गेम देख रहा हूँ।
And the rest of Flash looking to rally their support, but now
Sorry
it's just
guys,
Tops,
थोड़ा
now on the back
issues
of the
आ गया
queue
था।
against Ulf to try and move their way forwards. Do they have the gumption? Do they have the power?
Coops fully stimmed up right now.
अबे आवाज आ रही है ना मेरी? हेलो।
Frothing at the mouth, looking for those elims. Ralph comes in from the sidelines. Might just find nothing off the back of this, and it absolutely is the case. Coops now has to make a recovery off the back. 3 seconds left on that grenade. It goes slightly wide. Could be big. Sticky grenade out next. Aaron extremely low.
अबे क्या लग रहा है, औरोरा का चिकन हो जाएगा क्या? हेलो। भाई जिस तरीके से 2 बंदे बैठे हुए हैं ना इनके, कुड भी पॉसिबल कि औरोरा का चिकन हो जाए 2 मैन। टॉप और ज़ियोल पे पोजीशन है भाई, प्रॉपर पोजीशन है।
This is the missing spearhead of the spear for Bgmi. He will finally.
अबे 2v1 है भाई,
In the picture, a tiny.
एंड दोनों पे क्या एरिया है खेलने के लिए। भाई औरोरा का चिकन लग रहा है गाइस। स्कारफेस ने खुद को दे दिया। ओ भाई, टॉप ज़ियोल वर्सेस फॉक्सी एंड QXZ। लेट्स सी गाइस। मेरे को लग रहा है भाई औरोरा का चिकन है। बताओ चैट में, बताओ गाइस, जितने भी लोग देख रहे हो, औरोरा का चिकन हो सकता है क्या? Is it possible guys, औरोरा का चिकन?
With the position it takes on the circle, the next zone closes dead center. He's going to have to leap first. So when does he do it? He might want to try and figure out something now.
Feels like guys औरोरा का चिकन, क्योंकि टॉप आ गए गाइस, तो इस हिसाब से देखा जाए तो औरोरा का चिकन हो सकता है। ये डिप देख रहे हो आगे वाली, राइट वाली डिप, जहाँ टॉप है ना, वो राइट में डिप ले सकता है। ज़ियोल की पोजीशन नहीं बताई ने भाई, एंगल बना रहे हैं तो। गाइस औरोरा का चिकन गाइस, लेट्स गो। क्या नहीं था भाई टॉप। अबे ये पेड़ है फटा, अरे खत्म है भाई, चलो। ओह शॉट हो गया भाई, शॉट हो गया, नेट शॉट हो गया। अबे इजी चिकन गाइस, इजी फॉर अरोरा भाई, इजी। Easy guys.
It's a really good game so far from KRX over the 2 matches. I think what we've got to take from this is the consistency these boys have been able to put out compared to other teams. But Aurora,
भाई ड्राइवर में अरोरा ने 20 किल चिकन मारा था, ठीक है, तो कुछ नहीं रहा यार उनके लिए। स्टिल इजी चिकन गाइस। Let's go chicken Aurora। भाई वहाँ पे जो मरने के बाद 2 बंदे जो उनके मरे ना, उसमें जो चिकन निकाला यार, ओपी भाई। और आरू भाई ने जो 1v4 शायद, अगर आरू भाई ने 1v4 किया तो भाई एक नंबर 1v4 का। गाइस किसी को इसका सॉल्यूशन पता है तो मेरे को बताओ ना यार, कि लाइव स्ट्रीम पे ये डिस्कॉर्ड की जो वॉइस नहीं आ रही, इसका क्या करें, कैसे क्या करें, मेरे को लिटरली नहीं पता। इसको पता है क्या चैट में गाइस, तो बताना मेरे को भाई कि ये कैसे ऐड करते हैं डिस्कॉर्ड पे, मतलब क्या करें गाइस इसका बताओ। जो तुम्हारा ये चल रहा है कि डिस्कॉर्ड की वॉइस नहीं आ रही है यार यूट्यूब पे, ये क्या हो गया। ये देखो माइक्रोफोन ऑफ भी कर लूँ। आरू 1v3 किया है, मतलब 1v4 है। लेकिन उन्होंने क्या चिकन निकाला भाई टॉप। इतना इजी नहीं था लेकिन अच्छा मारा। पूरा यूएलएफ वाले बंदे ने देखा केआरएस को कैसे मारा। नीचे उन्होंने 3 बंदे फिनिश किया। आ रही है आवाज, नहीं आ रही है? हेलो खेल के आया ना। यार इसका समझाओ भाई, चैट में ये आवाज़ लाने के लिए क्या करूं डिस्कॉर्ड पे मैं, मेरे डिस्कॉर्ड की आवाज़ लाइव पे लाने के लिए इसका ही मेरे को कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है। क्या किया जाए अक्षर? अबे यार यहाँ से कुछ होगा नहीं, यहाँ से भी कुछ है नहीं, पता नहीं यार। एक मिनट रुक, ईयरपॉड्स लगा के देखता हूँ, शायद ईयरपॉड से आ जाए। यहाँ से डिस्कनेक्ट करते हैं एंड उसको हम यहाँ से कनेक्ट करते हैं ना। हेलो अक्षर, आवाज़ आ रही है? हेलो भाई, चैट में आवाज़ आ रही है क्या? हेलो हेलो हेलो। चैट में देखने थे, चैट में उस पर आई गया, स्ट्रीम पे लग तो नहीं रहा कि आई। भाई यही होता है जब हम गरीब हो ना इंसान, तो यही हो गए गाइस, तुम समझ रहे हो? मैं कह रहा हूँ जब इंसान गरीब हो गए तो यही हो गए। ओ आ गई आवाज़ यार।
players if I be consistent.
On versus Al Ula. That was a speed run. That wasn't
आवाज़
PUBG
आ
Mobile.
रही है?
What was happening on that? You're taking, yeah, okay, I agree. Good point. No, really, that fight, he creates
Hello,
an
Lakshya,
opening
आवाज़ आ रही है?
opportunity by getting a first nade knock onto Al Ula. Then the entire team, Niptura, just rocks up. They nade them all at the same time, and you blink and you miss it. All of Al
Lakshya
Ula
बोलेगा?
just fully eliminated. One of the quickest fights I've ever seen on the global stage. What the hell?
Yeah, and that's how you want to do it, right? If you're going to go in, you got to go in big and instantly, because you want that team to not have any recourse at all. You want them to not know you're there, and then the next minute they are thinking about what happened in the lobby. That's how you want to play PUBG Mobile. And yeah, exactly what they said.
That's exactly what they said.
Not allowed
I want
to
to actually
repeat.
rewind a little bit to some team that wasn't there towards the final, but they did improve on their performance.
शायद ये वाला ग्लिच भी ठीक हो गया।
OG being a little bit more aggressive, kind of what I want to see out of this squad. Ended up with 6 eliminations.
Yeah, it was a
Hello,
lot better. We
Lakshya.
did see them full send. There we go, full send over to the center of the circle, and we
भाई
did see a
क्या
little bit
बैठ
more
के POV
aggression. There
देख
was
रहा
a
है?
couple of moments where we saw, okay, some knocks. Okay, they're taking fights a lot later on.
Hello.
It is nice to see. That's what I wanted to see, a little bit more of that aggression come through. I think Rondo for them was really more about just going, okay, we're here. How is this happening? What's the plan? What is the vibe? Bringing that one back.
Ooh.
What is the vibe of the event? That's what you want to know.
The
Good vibe.
Yeah. might as well just add some movement to it.
हाँ
Max,
Yes.
Lace, Neptura.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about the NA
नहीं
King,
bro,
none other than
stream पे नहीं आ रही
Coops,
तुम्हारी आवाज़।
baby, because he ended up showing up. He's back. Nigma being able to respond in a big way, especially with what happened early on in Rondo. This is what we want to see out of Nigma, especially with the way that they were playing too. They were playing a lot of edge early on.
Yeah, I mean, during PMJ Season 1, the fact that Coops was not able to play for that team, it left a void, right? And it was felt throughout the entirety of the tournament for Nigma Galaxy. But he came out popping off against all of that. This Trichu split, like, he's Pincer. There's no way he's going to survive. But you forget one important point. He's Coops. He's built different. And he just comes out beautifully able to get himself those 2 eliminations. And he knows I'm maybe not going to make it to the podium, right? And he just tries to secure those 2 eliminations on Oof. He knows when
chickens, and chicken.
Downs from Max and Neptura earlier on, and later we might even get Lace into that. And don't forget, use your predictions as well on the EWC Play app. But now, I want to see the predictions. I want to see, no, hold on. Let me rewind that. I want to see the overall, because with the overall, we're going to be seeing KRX currently with 28 points. Aurora Gaming there tied up with 4 Thrives at 23 points.
I can hear Kalaris saying in the background, the South Korean overlords. Yes, he's so happy about it. I mean, clearly they've been looking so good. Hoxie, we talked about him this game, but Bgmi had some great moves in Rondo, even TRE from time to time. So I'm very happy they can be #1, especially without a single chicken dinner, which I do believe, spoiler alert, they might get eventually throughout the entirety of Group A. But this is looking like a stacked top 5. But all gamers, Nipcher, I know you and me, we're pretty hyped about this team.
Yes.
Just shy of making it in top 5. They're going to come out swinging on our next Durango.
Oh, I can't wait. They have been looking really, really good so far. You know, the points don't necessarily add up to a really good game, but they have been making moves, which I'm really appreciating. I do want to go just very quickly, though, on to 4 Thrives there, is that, yes, in that last game, they did get a bit swallowed up in all the teams going to the same position. That's fair. However, we are seeing like 16 eliminations, 5 placement points. I don't like that.
Mostly from the Rondo too, right?
Mostly from the Rondo, exactly. So for me, I'm kind of just like, oh, I hope that changes quickly.
What do you want to see exactly out of 4 Thrives, though, since you don't like what they're currently doing?
I mean, they've been having some points is a great answer. Short
Placement
answer, points. Long answer, I need them to continue to be a little bit more like that Rondo. They're more controlling into the end game, and then after that, you know, being a little bit more aggressive. I think getting swallowed up with and go, but you know, into the next one, I need a little bit more of a Rondo.
The third party that they were able to do on Futia and Go, though, it ended up working out for them right up until the zone started pushing.
Yeah, it was a good idea, but I feel like it's more like decision-making into the sense just commit to your play. I prefer to see a full team commit to a bad play together than just being a bit indecisive, taking literally 3 fights at once. There was Furia, there was RRQ, and above them there was a